Hi everyone, I'm the Plant Propagator and welcome to my channel. Today I am really happy to be at Sundance Orchid and Bromeliads in Fort Myers, Florida. And they're having their sale coming up tomorrow. Actually, by the time this video releases, I think they'll be coming up. So the sale is the 17th through the 20th, I think, which is Wednesday through Saturday, 9 o'clock till 3 o'clock, and they're having just a great sale on their well, it's orchid and bromeliads, but I'm here because of the orchids. So I spent about a half hour talking to Jackie, the owner here. She's real excited about the sale coming up. Got lots of plants running out of space, so she's anxious to sell. I spent a lot of the morning actually looking through many of the orchids here. I picked a few up, put them aside, even though I don't have any room for orchids in my home collection. I've got some that I've kind of set aside for myself. But what I want to do is get behind the camera, and we're not going to be taking a look at the bromeliads. And as I'm looking around, there are a ton of bromeliads here. I'm not going to be looking at those, but let's go inside and take a look at some of the orchids that she has. So it may get a little loud. The fans are blowing, which is good because it's warm here. It is 91 degrees right now. The fans are going to be blowing. There may be music playing, and we'll just have to do the best we can and see how it goes. I'll try to show you a lot of the different orchids that they have. It looks like they specialize mostly in dendrobiums and cattleyas, but they have other ones too. And we'll just take a look at things and see how it goes. All right, so let me get behind the camera and show you what they have, and inviting you to the sale coming up. Okay, and I'm back. So now we're at the main entrance to Sundance Orchids, and they're running around getting plants organized for their sale. So what we're going to do is take a look at some of the cattleyas that they have. The dendrobiums, I think, are over here on the right. There's some phals. Most of the dens are right there. You can see on the left there are some vandas that are up there. We'll take a look at some of those, but then mostly, like I said, what they have is cattleyas. So I gotta get out of the sun and get inside. Lots of fans going and a little music, which is fine. And I should point out to you that they have some flasks. All right, and these are actually my flasks. I dropped them off today, and so they're gonna see what kind of interest there is in some of the flasks that I have, that I brought in. So these are some of the hybrids that I have, and then I've got some I brought in just as an example, some of the plants that were deflasked, I guess, just a few months ago. But as we take a look at some of the stuff, and I'm surprised they put this right at the front, set up a really nice display for me. But as we take a look on the floor, this is a nice Brassidium. I actually bought this Brassidium one of my previous visits here, and in my case, the plant has grown really well. And I got it again in these small pots. I had to put it in a bigger pot, and it just took off. But mine's already rebloomed for me, so this was a real nice purchase. I bought this specific Brassidium from these guys, so it's done well for me. Some of the the dendrobiums, you can see right here, a whole real array of nice dens that they have here. Just I had my eye on this one right here. Nice flower right here. I'm just not really sure. Oh, and this one too. I was looking at a lot of these dendrobiums here. Ended up just adding one dendrobium. There's a nice purple splash, a Nobi purple splash right here. But just you can see lots of nice dendrobiums that they have. I actually saw some Wulang. I'm not sure if that's Wulang right there. But just a whole array, oops, of nice dendrobiums here. So as we take a look, then I'm going to turn around. There's just a bunch that are intermingled. Oh, I got to look at these. What a nice spray of den flowers. And I'm sorry, I don't know my dendrobiums, but just a really nice grouping of dendrobiums. And again here, maybe I should buy this. Okay, so let's go around. I'll go down the next dendrobium aisle, and then we'll take a look at some of the other. Oh, I think this has got to be Wulang right here. But some really nice colors on some of these dens. So they do well. And what I bought is this is a Dendrobium bigabum, and I actually bought some. I like that, you know, this is small. This has been used in a ton of different hybrids. This is a Dendrobium species, and I actually picked one up because it was small, and I want to try to breed it with some of my larger dens to see if I can get some smaller stature. But it's a commonly used Dendrobium for breeding. These are the dens that we looked at before. Some really interesting green dens here with some pretty nice markings on the flowers. And I do like these dens that seem to have like a little bit of flaring in the petals. Just a nice, nice array, a nice assortment of different dendrobiums. There's a antelope style dendrobium. They have a lot of those, big ones, small ones. Anyway, a whole array of different things. So let me go down. I should say, so they have some phals that are here, but we're not going to take a look at them. They only have just a few that are identified, that are known cultivars. Most of them are not. But the Vandas look nice. There's enough of them here. And a lot of them are in bloom. So these are just nice. Oh, look at the spotting on this. Really nice. Yeah, I guess I'm the only one that can't grow dens, or can't grow Vandas. They can grow dens. Anyway, so taking a look here, I'm not going to be able to see that because of the background. It's too bright. But you can get an idea of the maybe not because it's so bright outside, but you can get an idea of the kind of Vandas that they have. They just have a nice assortment of them. Okay, and then down here, I didn't see too many of these. Oh, this is a cucullata. Okay. So I actually flashed some seeds that had cucullata in the background. I thought the flower would be bigger. But it's a really cool flower, but the flowers are small. And the seed that I flashed, I think she crossed this with a big cattleya. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And luckily we're right in the stream of the air. But that's a really nice cucullata. I don't know if I'll pick one of those up. I didn't see it before. I might add it to my collection of plants that I picked up, walking right through the fans there. Okay, so these are, as we look back here, these are some of the cattleyas, and some of them are blooming, but some of them are not. And you can see the phals off in the distance back here. But again, I'm not gonna buy any of those because those phals are they're not labeled as far as what types they are. So as we go through here, these are some that they have that are flowering that they have sitting out at the end of the row. I should say, all right, so let's go through here. I did have my eye on these plants, which is Copper Queen, and there's some of these that are in bud, but I wasn't brave enough. The plants are, maybe it's a little bit too big for what I'm specifically interested in right now. And then again, not too many of these plants are flowering, but there's a really nice, even though you don't have flowers, there's a nice assortment of plants. Here's Gulf Green Hair Pig, and I have one of these, so I don't need another one. But then back here, I mean, there's some of these plants have flowers on them, but look at the the amount of root growth that's coming out. Again, what I always try to do when I go orchid shopping is I look at the root growth, and if you have these plants that are growing and the roots are grabbing on to the containers or to the pots and they're really prolific, that's kind of the indicator of these people kind of know how to grow their orchids. All right, so this is a Hippodamia right here, which is right here, and this is a sample plant, not for sale. But there are some of these plants that are below are not too many. They have flowered, and then there's a flower right here. And I guess there's one in the basket here that is for sale. Okay, so moving on here, there is, again, you look at this. This is Pratum Green. Okay. All right. Moving on a little bit. Did I get one of these? Let me see what this is. No, I didn't. Okay, but look at you look at the, and I'm sorry, I'm focusing, you want to look at the flowers and the leaves, but I always focus on the roots because that is an indicator of nice growth and nice orchid health. Just a variety of different orchids that you can see, and again, oh, look at this is beautiful right here. So this is RLC Orchids Art. And these are nice. I like these plants. So they have a few of them that are in the bigger pots. The prices on these, just so you can see, so the price is $45 for the bigger pots and then $40 for the smaller pot. But again, you can see when you've got nice root growth, and in the case of this plant, this has two really nice pseudobulbs growing out of it. But this is kind of an indicator, this is a good sign that these guys, they know what they're doing, and the orchids themselves look pretty good. This is Prada Green Deluxe, right here. And this has 3 blooms on it, a really nice plant, nice flower. The description says large, fragrant, beautiful green flowers, lovely citrus fragrance. And I can smell something from here, but there's a lot of orchids out here, so I'm not really sure. Dick Smith, if you want Dick Smith, right here. Again, I look at these things, nice pseudobulb growing out of the left side, nice 2 new pseudobulbs growing out from this plant. And again, that's what when I pick these things, that's what when I pick orchids, that's kind of what I look for. This is kind of, I'm getting this at a little bit of a tough angle right here. And I think, I don't know if that is Dewy Forest. And the label says it is. All right, so as we move through here, this is Hawaiian Passion Carmela, but a lot of these plants are blooming and they're loaded, and there's a lot more blooms coming on this. So either this is the right time of the year, or these plants are just really prolific. And again, that I'm focusing on the flower as maybe I should, but nice root growth, which is a good sign. Okay, moving through here a little bit. I have to see what this is. This is RLC, I think, Focus Taiwan is what the label, yeah, that's what the label says on this plant. And this, I think, has been blooming for a little while. I did not add this to my list. This is a nodosa. A lot of the nodosas here are blooming here, and there's some of these plants. But look at the, you know, this is what you want to see, and look at the nice root growth on these nodosas. This is Ethels Paradise, which I think a colleague had that was awarded at one of my local meetings. So I do have Pollinia from this plant that I've used in my crosses. Jennifer Off, I really like the look of this plant, but I also, the name sounded familiar, so I forgot. I had to look it up in my notes. I have this from these guys, and it hasn't flowered for me yet. Let's see what this is. This is, can't get a good angle at it. This is Key Lime Stars. Okay, so they have plants of this flowering. Again, really just a nice, vigorous plant. The Toshi Aoki that's right here, it looks like there's just one plant left of Toshi Aoki Pizzazz, and these are clearly past their prime, but they have it. Burdekin Wonder, Lakeland, I've seen this be awarded at some of the local shows. This is a big white Cattleya, as you can see here, and as a sample plant that they have of it, it's in this, in this huge pot here. So you can see how prolific this plant is. So if you want a big white, really florific Cattleya, you can come here. This is Chief Sweet Orange, and again, just really vigorous growth. I have one of these, so I don't need another one. But as you can see, this plant's doing well, and a lot of these plants are growing well and in spike. So there's this flower there. There's a flower in that sheath right there. There's another sheath back there. So lots of lots of plants that are in really good shape. Okay, as we're going down here, this I think is going to be our last row. Another Dick Smith, if you're interested. And again, Dick Smith is another nice, vigorous plant. Mine, I'm real excited. Mine has a seed capsule on it. Next to Dick Smith is Rustic Spots. And these are, again, doing well. And they're doing well because you've got a lot of buds on this plant, and you've got, in some cases, you've got these buds that are open. So this one right here, a nice, if you like spots, you'll like this. The flowers are not huge, but yeah, it's a nice plant. I think I have Rustic Spots. I'm not sure I got it from Sundance, but I have this. Another Cattleya. This looks like this just might have opened recently because the top sepal is not open. So this is Dewy Forest. Okay, moving on through here. And again, what you can see, we're going to move faster because I'm going to be here forever if we do this. So here's a RLC Memoria John Odum right here. And I actually have this because I know this is John Odum Sr., who this is named after, but I know John Odum, who is he's the owner of Odum's Orchids in Florida. So moving through here a little bit more. And is there anything else that we need to look at? And we got some flowers right here. And this is Cattleya Mrs. Mauler. Okay, right here. So it's got some, and this just opened recently. It's got some spots. The nicer spotting is on the display plant right here. These plants, you know, these look, I mean, you look at them all, they're just all good. The roots are growing over the edge of the pot, and they're just in pretty good shape. All right, so moving on through this a little bit. There is, you know, so just to take a look at it, if we look at these, there's some that are on the right here that are a little lighter in color, and there's some that are a little darker green. And I like keeping my Cattleyas kind of in between. You know, it's okay to have the light yellow, the lighter green color. That means they're in a good amount of lights. These might have been in kind of a recent acquisition that were grown under lower light conditions, either that or really high nutrient levels. So as comparing the lighter green compared to the darker green, I think what you want is somewhere in between, and these all look like they're doing pretty well. All right, moving through here, and look at this. This is amazing Thailand rainbow, and you look down and they don't have any. Last time I was here, there was a huge flowering plant on that pot. No longer. It's just not there anymore. And I have a lot of these. I have Fire Dance Patricia. They have again, a few small plants. I don't know whether I mentioned the price of these. So the prices on these vary. So the Fire Dance Patricia, that's a good vigorous plant. These are, it looks like these are 5-inch pots for $35, and then maybe the 6-inch pots of this type. This is Siam Aurora, and these are $40. I think during their sale, if I'm not mistaken, it might be 20% off. Maybe I should ask before I say that. Hey Jackie, so I just got clarification, and the prices that are on here, so anywhere, the prices are marked 35, 40, 45. I have seen some for 50, and because it's the summertime, Jackie just told me that it's 20% off of these prices, which is, that means that these are some good prices on this stuff. So they're trying to clear out their stuff so they can get more stuff in. Matha-tip gold, I have this, and these are 30. These are small pots, so these look like 4-inch square pots, but they're $35, and so I'm calculating in my head it's $7 off. So that's like less than 30. That's $28 for this orchid, which I think is a good price. I don't know. Okay, so 20% off all these prices. So we got 45 here, but you know, it's 45. But look at the root system. That's a 6-inch pot, nice root system on, I can't say that. I don't know what kind of, I don't know if that is a Vietnamese name, Phiniophan boy. I'm gonna look bad if it's not, but could be. Hamlins Magic Leilani right here, and I almost bought one of these. Look at those blooms. Look at the, I mean, I would have bought these, and these things are really prolific. Look at all the blooms. Can't see them, don't have a great angle, but a lot of these plants are just growing out of their pots. Good blooms, $40, so that's $8 off, $32 for these. What a great, and look at how prolific they are. The only reason I didn't buy this, but look at the blooms. No, it's the back of the blooms, you can't see it, but bloom spike there, more bloom spikes there. The only reason I didn't buy these is because I want to use them in my breeding, and I looked at this plant, and there's no progeny plants that are listed on Orchid Roots, which means it might not be a good parent, but it's a great orchid. I mean, if all you want to do is grow beautiful orchids with flowers, that's a good one. Okay, Siam Treasure 3, quite a few plants here. Here's a Brassavola. Oh, it's a Brassavola. Venosa Key Lime, and don't get that confused with Key Lime Stars, which is what we looked at before. I don't see any blooms on this guy, but they may be in sheath. and just more cattleyas here. I looked this up. This one confused me. This is labeled as Cattleya orchid eros. It's $30, and I looked it up. I couldn't find it because I thought it might be from Orchid Eros in Hawaii, and don't know. Anyway, some more Cattleyas here. So that's all I had. I wanted to share that with you today. I don't know whether I showed this to you. This is a Brasso Cattleya amethyst. So this is a cucullata purpurata hybrid. Really nice. So I showed you previously the cucullata. So that really long petal and sepal and the long lip on that came out in the hybrid. Bigger flower than what you see in the cucullata, which now that I reminded myself, I'm going to go take another look back at that and maybe grab a small cucullata for fun. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my video today. I hope that you come and check out Sundance and see what they have. Lots of orchids, a nice variety of different orchids, especially if you like Cattleyas and dendrobiums, but they have other stuff too. Again, the sale is Wednesday through Saturday. Great deals, good people here, and they sell flasks too. All right, so I hope you enjoyed my video today. If you did and you want to keep on seeing them, it would help me out if you could click on like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. All right, that's all I have for today. Again, I hope you enjoyed it, and happy propagating.